What's up, kings and queens? Welcome back to Bad Habits Kingdom. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support. It is 1:30 a.m. in the morning out here in Vegas, so I don't expect a lot of people to come on the show. But then again, I've done it at 2 o'clock in the morning and had 50 people, so you just never know. But it is technically a Thursday morning, but to me, it's still a Wednesday night. So I don't expect a whole lot of people. I do want to apologize because we were supposed to do this show at 7 p.m. this afternoon and just got crazy cleaning the house and stuff like that. So I do apologize about that. Just an update, pretty much. I'm still a little pissed off because there is no update yet on this case. And that's why I named the title The Case That Is Cold, because it seems like this case is turning into a cold case, whether I want to believe it or or not. I don't want this to turn into a cold case, and it seems like that's the way it's going. This case has been going on for over 5 years, and honestly, I don't see them any closer. I know we've been getting new information about the Ron Logan thing and, the what's his name, Keegan Klein thing and everything, but honestly, I just don't feel like we're any closer to solving it. And I know a lot of people leave comments saying, they do have more information and they're moving in the right place. And I really hope they're right. I really do. I really hope they are close to getting this case solved because it's been over 5 years and still nothing. So, it's just been something that's been bothering me for a while now, and it just seems like it's going cold. 5 years is a very long time when it comes to a murder case. Knowing we have audio, video, photo of Bridge Guy, and still he is out there right now. And that's what really gives me the goosebumps, honestly, because it's like that guy is out there right now, and he committed the worst crime anyone could commit, is killing 2 little children and little girls, especially. Killing kids is harmful, but even little girls is even worse, But I just don't see it getting solved anytime soon. Now, for those of you that have seen my videos back in early January and around the February, around the 5-year anniversary time, I said 100% this case will be solved by May at the very, very latest. March came and I was like, I'm still feeling May, maybe even April. April came and I'm like, okay, now I'm getting worried. Then May came. And then I did a video about how I'm slapping myself in the mouth right now because this is really bullshit how this case has not been solved yet. Hello. Is it Leanne? Is that how you say your name? Lynn? Lynn. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Thank you for being up this late. I'm not sure what time it is where you're at, but thank you for tuning in. Lynn, okay. Just making sure. Lynn, how you doing tonight? And Lynn, since you're the only one on right now, 4:37 a.m. Wow. You're on the East Coast, it sounds like. Since you're the only one on right now, Lynn, just gonna ask you straight up how you feeling about the case. Like, you think it's where you think it's going? You think it's gonna get solved? Do you think anytime soon? Or is it gonna be one of those like cases that get solved like 30 years from now and the guy gets away with it? Pretty much. A lot of people are feeling that it's Ron Logan. I actually did a video about that a while ago, and I was sick this week, slept a lot. Oh, that's why you're up? Oh, gotcha. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. There's nothing worse than being sick. Yeah. Yeah, this is a sickening thing. It really is. It's a Bridge Guy killed 2 little kids and has gotten away with it for over 5 years. And that's the problem is, I mean, it's been 5 years and this guy's gotten away with it. And he ain't doing, he's just walking the streets today. And that's what people say. Do you think he watches the videos? I get a lot of messages and emails about that. I'm not sure he watches my videos per se, but I know he watches videos on YouTube. That's where he's going to get the information at. Right. I didn't realize what time it was. It's so late, guys. I am so sorry. Should have done this video a lot earlier. But it is 1:30 in the morning. I've been following for a long time. Wishing to rest soon. I do too. I really hope this case gets solved sometime. It's just been too long. It really has. I mean, it really has. I do want to say, a lot of great people, including yourself, has joined together and formed like its own community on helping and following the case and hoping it gets solved one day. And I do gotta appreciate that. Yes, this case has loss of life, horrible situation cases the family's been dealing with and stuff, but the case did bring a lot of people together and support each other. And I'm really big on that. I'm real big on respecting one another and showing support for one another. And there's other YouTubers out there as well, and that talk about the case. I'm really supportive of them as well, even though if they're not supportive of me. This one thing about the case is that it brought a lot of people together to help give each other's theories and ideas and opinions. And I truly believe that the public is going to be somehow the ones solving the case. The police didn't give us much info. No, they're not giving us any kind of info. They've been keeping it close to the chest for a long time. I know that the Murder Sheet podcast was able to find out some information for all of us. They found out that Ron Logan's house had a search warrant, and that an FBI agent says that he believed that Ron Logan committed the crime of murder. I wasn't really surprised on the search warrant of Ron Logan's house because the girls were found on his property, and he was lying to the police. He was on probation. I wasn't really shocked about that, and we talked about that on the last live feed. I wasn't really surprised about the Ron Logan search warrant, but they also found out the information about Keaton Klein, and they were able to find out the Murder Sheet podcast. So shout out to them. No free shout outs. They need to write a Bad Habits Kingdom check. But I gotta give it to them. They were able to find some things out for us. So I do want to give them a shout out. They did a great job on that. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's just you and I, Lynn. Which I'm not surprised. It's 1:30 in the morning, and I planned on doing this video at 7 p.m. So it's funny you say that because I'm not sure how many videos of mine that you watch, but earlier when the Keegan Klein thing first happened, it showed a photo of him and his father standing together. And I remember seeing the photo, and I said, and I was talking to my queen, and I was telling her, yeah, this is the guy they arrested. This is the one that communicated with Libby on social media under a fake account, and Anthony Schatz, and, telling her the entire situation and the story. But for some reason, there was something about Tony Klein, Keegan's father, that just rubbed me wrong in that photo. And I still today can't tell you what it is. And I actually did a video really fast about it. I'm like, look, I know everybody's talking about Keegan Klein and everything, but there's something up with his dad. I don't know what it is, but there's something up with his dad. So I actually went on social media, on Facebook, and looked up Tony Klein, and I found like photos of him from where he's like at a NASCAR event and hanging out with a celebrity, or took a photo with a celebrity. I can't remember who the celebrity was, and he does a lot of race car stuff. Excuse me. So it's funny that you say that because Tony Klein definitely is at the very top of the list for me. He is who I am pointing the finger at right now. I know a lot of people are saying Ron Logan, and you never know. That's still a possibility. Though I really hope it's not Ron Logan because he got away with it. Ron Logan's dead. But Tony Klein is definitely at the top of the list for me. I do know that Keegan Klein gave up his hair sample. They took DNA from Keegan. blood, I believe, as well. But they often even took hair. And if it's Tony Klein, the DNA somehow would connect, I would think. I'm not really DNA expert. And then people are saying, well, maybe Tony Klein is not really Keegan's father and all that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. But Tony Klein is definitely someone in my book. She interviewed his stepbrother, Bart, and said the voice sounded like Keegan, not Ron Logan. Yeah, I'm not sure it's Ron Logan either, to be honest. I know a lot of people were saying it's Ron. I just don't think it is. I know the outfit thing matched. I just don't think it's Ron Logan. When it first happened, when I first found out about it, yeah, I 100% thought it was Ron Logan for a while. And then after, getting deeper and deeper into the case, yeah, I don't think it was Ron Logan. I don't think it's Keegan either. A lot of people disagree with me on that, which is fine. I'm behind. How you doing, Teresa? A lot of people disagree with me on that. I don't think it's Keegan. When I see a bridge guy, I mean, it's possible. Keegan definitely is heavy. This happened back in 2017, so he might not have been as heavy. But in the photo, I don't see Keegan Klein as bridge guy. That's just me. Like I said, I could be 100% wrong. He communicated with Libby. He was the last one to communicate with her, apparently. But he did offer up DNA, his hair sample, and everything like that. That would have came back by now. As big as this case was, they're using the equipment they need to with the FBI being involved. 345. Wisconsin 345. Wow, Teresa, thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry it's so late. We tried to do this video around 7 p.m. Pacific time. Wow, Wisconsin, I bet it's always cold out there, Green Bay and stuff. But what was I saying? Yeah, I just don't think it's Keegan, my personal opinion as of right now. That, the reason why I'm talking about the DNA so much is because I'm going to tell you something real fast. So I live out here in Vegas. And when about a year and a half ago, I was doing the true crime stuff all the time. And I started more getting away from the true crime stuff and just really focusing on vlogs and comedy. But the only true crime stuff I really talk about is Delphi. Because this case is the one that's really been bothering me for a long time. But a little over a year ago, I was really trying to get into unsolved cases out in Las Vegas. There was a woman, or a girl, I would say, that was murdered in 1979, I believe it was. Her name was Kim Bryant, out here in Las Vegas. She went to the same high school my entire family went to. She lived in the neighborhood my family lived in, and they don't remember the name or anything, but she was found murdered. She got out of school. Her and her best friend went across the street to a Dairy Queen. There used to be a Dairy Queen across the street from Western High School. They went there, and her best friend's mom came to pick them up. But Kim Bryant went to use the payphone, called her boyfriend, and told her best friend and her best friend's mom, my boyfriend's going to pick me up. You guys can go ahead. She ended up disappeared. The boyfriend showed up, and Kim Bryant was not there. It took the boyfriend only about 10 minutes to get to the Dairy Queen. Then, apparently what happened is they found her murdered a couple days later. Now, back then, there was a lot more desert in Las Vegas compared to now. It's just in neighborhoods and streets and stuff. But back then, there was a lot more desert. Kim Bryant was found murdered, right? They interviewed the boyfriend. He checked out. Everything checked out. DNA, everything. They couldn't find the killer. Literally, when my queen and I were looking into this case, we just found out about it. I was asking family members and friends, like, hey, have you heard of this? She lived in the same neighborhood. She actually lived in the same house my best friend lived at when we were kids. And I was like, does your family know about their family? Any kind of connection or anything like that? And he had no idea. So no, not a lot of people knew. So I reached out to the Metropolitan Police Department. And I said, hey, look, I'm a YouTuber. I'm doing true crime stuff. And I heard about this case that happened in 79 out here. I just want to know if there's any feedback. They recognized it right away. Pretty much just said they can't talk about it and hung up on me. That was it. And I was like, that was so weird. Usually, they give information. Usually they'll talk or whatever, or just don't remember the case. Literally, after all these years, since 1979, they found out who murdered Kim Bryant. It just happened literally a month after I found out about the case. The guy that murdered Kim Bryant died in 1993. He murdered two other women out here in Vegas and was a suspect in others in California. And he ended up dead in 1993. They found out because they had DNA on Kim Bryant, but they didn't have the right kind of DNA equipment or something like that to where they can access more things. And there was some kind of person that donated to the police, some kind of millionaire, billionaire out here in Vegas, gave the police a bunch of money to help them solve old crimes, so they were able to use DNA stuff. With the FBI involved in the Delphi case, I would think that they could use any kind of DNA equipment that's available. With Keegan Kline giving up his DNA and this case still not getting solved, that's a question that's really popping off. That's why I really don't think it was Keegan Kline, me personally. And guys, sorry I missed your comments here. Here we go. I got into that story. All right. They know who he is, but there's at least two involved. Teresa, you think there's more involved than... I'm still asleep. Laugh out loud. I'm sorry, Teresa. The friend I got arrested in Vegas July 1st on other charges. Yes, friend one is suspicious too. Someone waiting down the hill. I've been obsessed with this case for 3 years. I found your channel, but glad I did. Delphi needs to stay focused. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Yeah, that's sorry, dropped my thing here. I don't really do true crime a whole lot, to be honest. I was getting into it a little bit, but I'm trying to do more comedy. The only true crime stuff I really talk about is Delphi, and I talk about some other things, but I'm not really like investigating or trying to investigate or find out information about any other cases but Delphi. And that's until it gets solved. When it gets solved, hopefully it does soon, then maybe I might look into other cases. But right now I'm really trying to do a lot of comedy, vlogs, and entertainment podcasts and stuff like that. But Delphi is the only true crime case I really will ever talk about and look into, because this case it's been 5 years, and the crime, and I know there's a lot of unsolved murders involving children and stuff, but this case, for some reason, when I first saw it about 8 months after the crime happened. I saw it on YouTube or something, I can't really remember, and I thought, wow, this is so odd to me. It's so odd. And then, after getting into it more and more, and then, seeing the photos and the video and the audio, I'm like, oh, this guy's going to get caught. There's no way he's going to get away with this. There's no way. They got a photo. They got videos. They got his voice. He's done. It's hard as hell to get away with crime nowadays, let alone this kind of crime. I said that about 4.5 years ago, because obviously it's still unsolved, it's sad. It really is. I feel there's an arrest coming. It really is odd. Exactly. Yeah. And I hope there is an arrest coming. I really do. This case has been going on for a long time, and that's what I said back in January. And I really ate my words, because in January and the weekend of the anniversary, that Saturday, I did a video about the Delphi case right before the 13th, and I said this case will 100% be solved by May at the very latest. By May. For some reason, that's what my gut was telling me. I don't know if you guys ever watch the guy's an amazing YouTuber. I did a show one time, Real Chill Graz, Graz. The guy's awesome, great YouTuber, great guy as well. Him and I we keep in contact when it comes to this case, and him and I were emailing each other back and forth about it back in February. Like, look, for some reason, I think May is happening. I think by May, at the very latest, this case will get solved. It's been a long ass time, and May they will get it. And honestly, Carter, Doug Carter really had me convinced, because they did an interview with him around the anniversary. And he was like, it could be today. It could be tonight. It could be tomorrow, next week. So that made me believe, like, oh shit, they got something. If he's saying tonight, it could be tonight. It could be tomorrow. They got something. They got something. It's about to It's about to turn up. Let's go. Let's get him. And come to find out, nothing happened of it. So I don't know. They want everyone involved to risk at the same time. Grass. Yep. You heard on plant farmer. Could he be the Delphi killer? Just a thought. We keep thinking it'll be soon than nothing. Yeah. I never heard of Karina McCurkin Flint Farmer. Never heard of it. I'll look into it though if you think it's connected to Delphi. But I never heard of it, to be honest with you. They know exactly who BG is. He's too tall like Ron. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's that's a thing, you know. And I try to tell other YouTubers this because there's a lot of YouTubers that get upset with each other and get upset at each other's like followers and comments and stuff. And I try to tell other YouTubers, like, look, we don't know. We have our own theories. We have our own ideas. We have our own, assumptions. And at the end of the day, anything is really possible. I mean, it could be almost anybody. We don't know who did this. And, I mean, I don't think it was somebody that has a arrest record, to be honest, because the DNA that they found, I mean, that would have flagged up unless they didn't do DNA in some states. I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about Indiana's laws. I would assume, I know out here in the West Coast, if you get arrested, they take your DNA right away. We need to know the MO. The drug connection, people involved. The drug connection thing, with the family stuff, I don't think it had anything to do with it, to be honest. That's just my personal opinion. Like I said, I could be 100% wrong. I know that was talked about a while ago. They know that, family members were involved in narcotics and selling and owing in narcotics. I don't think the girls were murdered over narcotics. I think this guy, bridge guy, if he was if they were catfishing, I don't think it was a random crime. I don't think it was random. For a long time, I did think it was random, and now I do believe that they were targeted. I'm starting to believe more into the catfishing theory. I really am, and that was something I was totally against for the longest time. I said, "There's no way these girls are catfish. There's no way they met a guy online and they agreed to go meet him. There's no way. Delphi is a small town. These girls were 13, 14 years old. There's no way in hell they were catfish." And then the catfish story came out, and I was 100% wrong. And now I'm really believing that the girls were targeted, or at least Libby. I think Libby was targeted. I don't think Bridge Guy knew Abby was even going to be there. Indiana began taking DNA in 2018. So a year after the murders. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know about that about Indiana. Thank you for telling me that, Teresa. Absolutely not. I've always believed Libby was catfished. Yeah, I think Libby was catfished, and Bridge Guy didn't expect Abby to be there. The reason why is because from what the information I received, now I have communicated with Libby's sister on Twitter, but not really much about the case. It was more about frustration of the case not getting solved, and her responding back to me personally saying, yes, it is frustrating. And, I said, I hope you and your family are okay. And she responded back saying, thank you so much for all your support. That was pretty much it when she communicated with me. I did want to, of course, get her on the show, but I know she gets asked all the time. She has her own thing going. I didn't want to be stepping on toes. But the reason why I think the girls were catfish is because there was no plans to go into Monon High Bridge earlier in the morning, apparently. Libby asked on like a short notice type deal before her sister Kelsey went to work or went to her boyfriend's. I think she was going to work. and she asked her on short notice. So it was more a communication throughout the day, and then say, "Hey, do you want to meet up at the bridge?" And then she asked her sister, "Hey, will you give us a ride to the bridge?" I think Libby was catfish. I think she was the target. I think Bridge Guy had no idea what Abby was going to be there until he arrived and found him. I do believe. I keep dropping this thing. Maybe it's a sign I gotta quit smoking. I started smoking these so I could quit smoking cigarettes, but I guess I gotta stop smoking these too. I do believe Bridge Guy was there a lot earlier. The girls were dropped off at 1:30 p.m. I believe Bridge Guy was there probably around 11 a.m. at the latest. I think he was there pretty early. The reason why is because he walked the entire area, knew where he was gonna take them, and had his thing planned out. Like I said, for the first little while, I actually thought it was a random crime. I thought the Bridge Guy was just out there. He was looking for a girl and was gonna rape and kill him, no matter who it was. Then, when getting more into the case, I do believe the girls were catfish. Libby was catfish. Abby just happened to be with her best friend, her first time on the bridge, and what I don't understand is apparently, yes, we know there's more audio, right? There's a couple things that I have questions about. Why? One, how is it where the murders are not recorded or something more is not recorded than what apparently, not just what we heard, but more of Bridge Guy? The reason why I say this is because what we know that we hear Bridge Guy's voice saying "guys down the hill." We know that there's more recording that Abby's mother and both parents got to hear, where you can hear Abby or Libby say to Abby, "This is where the trail ends. There's nowhere else to go." And basically, that's all Abby's mother says she could really hear. She couldn't hear anything else. But there's more recording where Libby says, or Abby says to Libby, "Is that creepy guy still following us?" Libby responds back by saying, "Mm-hmm," and then that's pretty much it. How is it where that's all the recording apparently there is, and you can hear Bridge Guy's voice just saying "guys down the hill"? That's it. The phone just go dead. And the second thing that's been driving me nuts from day one, this has been driving me insane. Every time I think about it, it really gives me goosebumps. Why did Libby record Bridge Guy? Why did she record him? What was it about him? What did he say? What did he do? What was up with her just recording that person walking towards them? Why did she do that? Oh man, my bad. I'm way behind on the comments. Let's see what we got. Absolutely not. I've always believed the girls are catfish. Lynn, it's most likely KK or TK, someone they know. Anthony Schott's profile was used by KK. TK, yep. According to LE, the Anthony Schott's profile was last chat with Libby. That is true. I did hear that too. That's what made me think that there was communication. The Keegan Klein thing was definitely up there, but I don't think it was Keegan. I mean, I really think it's Tony. That's my number one right now. That's been my number one for a while. That's who I say is Bridge Guy. Could be 100% wrong. That's just my opinion. That's my theory. That's something ever since I saw his photo back in January, that's what I see. I see Tony Klein as Bridge Guy. I need to quit smoking. Me too. He stays the scene to look like a serial killer. That was a big thing too. I actually did an interview with the local Indiana person with that video. Actually, that interview was a lot of fun. Frank Mister, he comes on the show a lot, his comments and stuff. But I did an interview with him, and if you haven't seen that video yet, definitely check it out. But back then, he told me that the crime scene was staged. I didn't really know what he meant. I meant because apparently there was 3 signatures left behind. And I was like, okay, there was 3 signatures left behind, but how was the crime scene staged? Okay, because apparently how the girls' bodies were found is that a guy was looking on his phone. He kind of zoomed in on his phone, and it looked like a deer or something, and it happened to be Abby and Libby. When I was like, they were staged, like even after that video interview I did, I'm like, there's no way the guy staged these bodies. I mean, it was all kind of fast, you know. I mean, how everything went down. Why would he stage it? And it turned out that the girls' bodies were staged. So, I mean, there's so many different theories and stuff, and it's like, wow, this is insane. But I remember that was the first time I heard about the crime scene being staged, and it was with that interview I did with the local Indiana. If you haven't seen the video, definitely check it out. It's still up on YouTube. It was a good video. I've been paying a lot of attention to this case. It's much deeper than you know. Sparks, how you doing? Thank you for your support and coming on tonight. Yeah, it's definitely a rough case. It really is. You know, it's one of those cases that draw you in, even if you're not like really, you know, if you never heard about it or anything like that. I actually shown coworkers about this case. They never heard of the Delphi case. They were like, no, never heard of it and stuff. And I would talk to them about it, and they're like, really? And then I would show them videos, bridge guy walking towards them, the audio and everything, and they're like, wow, this is insane. And what's really insane is that he's still out there, you know. And then they really start getting involved in the case. It draws you in this case because there's, you know, the crime itself is just horrible. I mean, it's just horrible. And then you're just like, why did this case happen? Why did this murder happen? These murders happen. Why? Why would someone do this out of nowhere? Why would they harm he or them? Who, you know, how many people were involved? I personally think there's only one person involved. I think the person that did kill them has told somebody, maybe a family member or something like that, somebody he knows is not going to turn him in. And like, why? Like, why? Like, why would you do this kind of crime? Like, why is, I mean, crime's going up in general nowadays. I don't know where you guys live, but in general, crime is rising bad. And I don't understand it. I really don't. You know, I just don't get how you can go kill two little girls who never harmed a soul, never harmed anyone, probably never said a bad word in their entire lives in an extremely small town and get away with it as long as that. I mean, I just don't get it. I believe where Recorder BG has small GoPro on his hat. Ooh, I never thought of that. King Sparks. That never happened. They made a sniff of it. King, how you doing, man? Crime scene was staged. The BG video. Evil is taking over this world rapidly. Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, the crime is just crazy anymore. Joe doesn't even know what he is talking about. Who's Joe? I don't get that. DGI Dave, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming on for your support, man. I think the timeline is BS and the BG video was staged, hence the phone was left there. By the police? The BG video was staged by the cops? Is that what you mean, King? By the way, that's a cool name, King. Bad Habits Kingdom. Kings and Queens. That's actually your name, too, so that's really awesome. FBI had between 5'6" and 5'10" on their site. I still haven't looked it up on their site. I gotta check that out. 5'6" to 5'10". That's what they have, huh? 5'6". That video of Bridge Guy, he's far away. He's really far away, and I would say he's definitely taller than 5'6". I mean, I know people far away seem shorter, right? People far away seem shorter than what they really are. And you can tell that video is from afar, and he looks a lot bigger than 5'6". I mean, if you ask me, I thought the guy was probably anywhere from 5'10" to 6'2". I mean, he's definitely a big person walking on that bridge. He's far away, but if you watch it from frame by frame, you can see he's short. Oh, well, yeah, I gotta check that out. I gotta look at that. That's gonna drive me nuts. I need to see that ASAP. We all have different theories. That is 100% true, King. 100% true. But that's what brings us all together. Really, that's what I've said in so many videos. Is that yes, we all have our own opinions, we all have our own theories, our own ideas, but we are all connected through this case. And I really, really believe that we're gonna be the ones. I'm not saying like me or you, but the public that are involved in this case are gonna be the ones ending up solving it, because yes, this case is a horrible crime, horrible crime. And loss of life, lives, families are destroyed. I mean, it's so horrible. And the community that it's built on, that came together, like everybody that's involved and wants to help and be involved and communicates about this case. It's really something else. It's really, you know, beautiful if you think about it. Everybody, all of us coming together, doing our own inputs about it, our own theories about it, talking to each other about it, and just trying to give each other ideas and feedbacks and theories. It's really great community. And like I said before, we're all going to be doing this until the case gets solved. And then once this case gets solved, we're all going to stay together and go get another one, Evansdale, or, other cases. If you take a look at the Abby's photo and compare it to BG's image, he's not that much taller. I believe Abby was 5'4". Abby was 5'4"? I thought she was like 5'2", 5'1". I mean, she's tiny. Can somebody look that up real quick? I'm not able to look that up. Can somebody look up to see how tall Abby was? Because she's tiny. She really is. I'm looking at all the possibilities. In my opinion, the sketches are useless. I agree with you there, Dave. I really do. Personally, I think the first sketch looks more like BG than the second one. I know everybody was talking about the first one, to discard it, but the first sketch looks dead on to me than the second one. But I mean, they all say, the cops are saying, don't look at the first one, look at the second one. Very confusing at the 2019 press conference. They showed BG's video and referred to him as a suspect. But a few minutes later, they showed the second sketch and said he is the man responsible for the murders. Who would have thought this case would still be going in 2022, back in 2019? I heard about this in like almost winter of 2017. I never thought in many years it'd be going on this long. Small town, got the guy's photo, video, his body movement a little bit. I mean, who knows what's really on the phone? I mean, who knows? There could be so much more on the phones. Yes, there's a lot of weird dialogue from LE. Yeah. It is. This case is just crazy. That's exactly the word I always say. It's insane. And there's just so many whys. And that's what I really think about. I really think about what made Libby record Bridge Guy? There had to have been some kind of contact beforehand. There had to have been some kind of communication before she recorded him. How many times, let me ask you this. How many times in a month do you see some crazy shit? Something weird or something that's just off. Like, don't we see it all the time? We never really pull our phones out. And if we do, we post it on social media like as something funny or something like that. We never say, wow, this guy is, why did she record him? Why? What made her do that? There had to have been some kind of communication. He had to have said something. Maybe the catfish theory is real. She was there to meet somebody younger. He approached saying, oh, I'm so and so's dad. I'm Anthony Schott's dad. Or, I'm really Anthony Schott. It's a joke. I mean, something. to get her to record. And not only that, you know, fuck, man, this fucking case. You know, when I think about when people say on the audio, you can hear Abby saying to Libby, "Is that creepy guy still following us?" Fuck, man. That fucking gets me, man. Excuse my language, guys. This case is just fucked up. That they had to have been so fucking scared. I mean, this is just fucked up. You know, why the fuck would somebody do something like this? I don't understand it. I don't believe in harming children at all or even scaring them. You know, I just don't believe in it. You know, when I was growing up, it wasn't real fun. I'll say that. You know, I mean, I don't, I don't believe in harming kids. I get, yeah, you got to discipline at some point, you know, but when they're being really bad. But I mean, I see it all the time. People treating kids like shit, or mom's boyfriend killing a kid and beating them to death and killing them. It's just like, I don't understand it. I mean, 13 to 14 years old, that's fucking insane. 13 and 14 to me is babies. Like when I see photos of Abby and Libby, they're babies. I mean, they're babies, you know, and they had to have been so fucking scared. I mean, knowing that Abby said to Libby, "Is that creepy guy still following us?" At that moment, I think she felt like they had hoped that it was going to be all right, you know? Like, just why? There's so many whys to this case, you know? There's so many questions that are just not answered, and I really don't see them getting answered anytime soon. You know, and I get it. Like every time we talk about this case, every time the Delphi police doesn't want to release information because they don't want Bridge Guy knowing the information they have. Their way of doing it is not working though. I'm not saying they have to release everything they have, but them keeping it too close to the chest, obviously it's not working. That's all I'm saying. And a lot of people disagree with me on this. Like they're saying, don't release anything, keep it quiet, you know, don't let Bridge Guy know you're playing cards and stuff like that. It I mean, it's been almost 5 years. How long is it gonna go on for that you don't want Bridge Guy to know what you know? If he's getting away with it, it doesn't fucking matter. I mean, that's what pisses me off. I mean, they act like they have this information. Honestly, I don't believe they have a whole lot of it at all. I don't believe Delphi has a lot of information. I think they say that to make us believe things and all that stuff, but honestly, I don't think they have enough information. Oh, we got to hit the donation alarm. Dave, donation. Hit the donation alarm. Thank you, Dave. Thank you so much, Dave, for your donation. That is big time, man. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. Bad Habits Kingdom, thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. I'm going to do the alarm one more time, the donation alarm, because donations mean a lot to us. I'm going to hit the donation alarm again for Dave. Thank you, Dave. I really appreciate that, man. Really appreciate it. Carol, how are you? He's out there walking around free, living his life. It's tragic. It is. It's tragic. I mean, you know, I just don't get it. And a lot of people, they disagree with me, which is fine. If you disagree with my theories, 100% okay. I'm going to listen to you and respect your theories because you might be right. And that's the thing is people get upset with each other and they're like, this isn't what happened. That's not what happened. That's not what was said. This is what was said. Honestly, we're all supposed to be supporting each other, understanding each other, learning from each other, and getting as much feedback as possible. And one thing I do say is anything is really possible when it comes to this case. But this son of a bitch is out there walking the streets free, and Delphi police ain't giving us a damn thing. And yes, there's a lot of YouTubers that I have a lot of respect for and stuff, and they agree with Delphi police not releasing information. My theory is that they don't have it, or why the fuck not? I mean, even a little bit more. The family's got to hear a little bit more audio. Abby's mom said in an interview that she got to listen to. I wish I had it right now. I could play it. I'll play it on my next video because I'm going to do a record video. This is a live one, but I'm going to do a recording video as well. Abby's mother said she got to hear more of the audio, and she can't really hear much or see anything at all. She can hear Libby say to Abby, they're at the end of the trail. They're at the end. There's nowhere else to go. I think that is after everything that was going on. I think that's when moments before Abby said to Libby, is that creepy guy still following us? Libby responds by saying, mm-hmm. And then they get to the end, and that's when Libby's like, this is the end of the trail. There's nowhere else to go. Why can't they release that information? Why can't they release that audio? I thought for the longest time, the murders were recorded. The reason why is because after you hear guys down the hill, that's it. It just cuts out. Like, is there more recording that it's just a lot of, static or mumbling, or, it's just because it's in Libby's pocket, we can't really hear it right. What's on there? There's got to be a little bit more, I would think, because Libby put the phone in her pocket. That's why it's so hard to really hear Bridge Guy's voice really well. I mean, we can hear it well, but I mean, to identify it pretty much. If they don't know, which I believe they do have realized more stories incomplete. Yeah, I agree. I mean, LE have hired hackers to keep close tabs on social media. Yeah, I've heard that for a while. They're watching apparently they're watching like a lot of almost any video that comes up about Delphi, they check it out. Which is fine. They can look at Badhabitsking Kingdom all day long. I call Delphi police out. I mean, honestly, there's times, forgive me for saying, I know a lot of people disagree with me on this, but I did a video just pissed off at Delphi police. I mean, I don't think they were experienced enough for this kind of crime. They never experienced anything like this. They didn't do the investigations correctly. I think there was a lot of mess ups on their behalf, and they're just trying to cover their ass. I done videos where I gave Delphi police a lot of bad negativity, but I want them to succeed. Okay, let me make it clear. I do support them. I want them to get this thing solved. I want them to do the right thing and follow protocols to make sure when they do make an arrest, there's no way Bridge Guy can get away from a technicality or this or that, But it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. You got a photo of him. You got video. You got audio. You got so much information. Apparently, you got DNA. You got time frames. You got, apparently more than what we know about, which makes me think, okay, you guys got more information. Why isn't this guy caught then? That's why I really don't believe they have a whole lot. I think that they screwed up at the beginning at some point. Because I'm not saying they never dealt with murder, but really they weren't expecting something like this. Killer left 3 signatures behind. Apparently one of them was a religious some sort. I thought that I wasn't informed, but I saw on Real Chill Graz's channel where somebody said the killer actually washed the girl's feet. And that was the religious signature left behind. I heard there was a rosary left behind at some point. I heard that the killer went back to the scene of the crime later on that night, which I am 100% disagreeing with. Now, I don't know if you guys know this YouTuber. He does amazing YouTube videos. It's called True Crime Recap. He did one about Delphi. Him and his wife do the true crime stuff. And honestly, he does amazing videos. The one I watched about Delphi, I must have watched it about 10, 20 times. He does it really good. Don't get me wrong. He's a really good YouTuber. But he and his wife believe that Bridge Guy went back to the scene of the crime in the middle of the night before the girls were found the next morning. I 100% disagree with that. 100%. I think there's no way in hell Bridge Guy went back to the scene of the crime. Apparently, that's what they believe. They were saying this is why. That's when he went to go leave his signatures. They were saying that how he got away. I think that Bridge Guy got away through the cemetery. That was a straight shot from the murder scene, right? I think he went to the cemetery. I know I watched on Anthony Greeno's channel one time that Anthony Greeno said he went around towards the front to where the girls were originally dropped off. That's when Flannel Shirt Guy saw him. Apparently, I disagree with that. I think he went to the cemetery. It was a dead shot. I mean, you could say you're visiting a loved one. I mean, there's so many excuses for the cemetery. Apparently, he was seen at 12:30 by someone that lives by the bridge. A woman was walking her dogs, and it was on the side of the bridge not where the girls were dropped off, on the other side of the bridge, where the trail ends. And she ran into Bridge Guy, had about a 10-minute conversation with him. He turned around and walked across the bridge, and she went back home. Then, a couple days later, the police came to her door, and she identified him as like, yeah, I saw him. He definitely does not have blue eyes. I honestly disagree with that. The reason why is because when I have a photo of like really zoomed in. It's all smushy, but it's Bridge Guy's face really zoomed in. And it looks like blue eyes to me. Now, I could be wrong, 100% wrong, but it looks like blue eyes. I wish I could pull it up. All right, sorry, guys. I'm way behind here. Let me see. There's a lot of drug abuse and a lot of characters in this area. Sparks, where you at? I'm part of I already said. Man, I'm way behind, guys. I'm sorry. Carol Durant, thank you for coming on. Alex Voorhees, like Carter said, sleep well, BG. Yeah, I saw that where he said that. Doug Carter says sleep well. Yeah, I saw that, Teresa. That's when he was saying, "Oh, we know who you are," or we're coming for you," or something like that. And that's when he said that it could be tonight. It could be tonight. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. And that was months ago. I don't know. And then it went on to say, by the end of my term or something like that, the district attorney's term, that we'll get this case solved. It's like, fuck, man, just turn up the heat on somebody. I mean, really, if you got some kind of ideas. I actually thought Paul Eder was definitely it for a long time. I thought Paul Eder was Bridge Guy for a long time. Sometimes I still think it could be. There's more creators on this case than any other case. Yeah, there is a lot of YouTubers on this case. Absolutely. I actually made a bad video, which I apologize. Gray Hudges is definitely really involved in this case. I know I did a video, a live video, kind of bad mouthing Gray Hudges. Afterwards, I apologized to Gray. I reached out to him, and we emailed each other back and forth. He was really understanding. Honestly, really surprised me because I was just really upset, just in general, and I was taking that out on Gray Hudges, and I was really wrong for doing that. So I reached out to him right away, and I said, look, I did this video. I know you saw it. I just want to apologize. I was wrong. I deleted the video. I have a lot of respect for your content and for your support of the Delphi case, and I just want to apologize to you as a man and as a fellow YouTuber and stuff. And he was really understanding. It really surprised me. Gray Hudges, he tells it how it is. I thought he was going to grill into me. And no, he was actually really polite about it, really respectful. And gave me his ideas and theories about the case and feedback. I mean, he was really cool about it. But you got Greeno, you got Gray Hudges, you got Real Chill, you got so many YouTubers that talk about this case. This is the only true crime one that I talk about, though. I have done other true crime videos in the past, but honestly, Delphi is the only one I will do in the future, now and in the future, because I'm trying to do more comedy vlogs and entertainment vlogs and podcasts. But when it comes to the true crime stuff, I'm only doing Delphi. And until the case gets solved. And even after that, like if the case got solved right now, it's not like I'm gonna never do a Delphi video again. I plan on doing Delphi videos for the rest of my life, as long as I can, um, for the memory of Abby and Libby. But we will look at other cases when the case gets solved, but one at a time. And Delphi has been that case for me. That's always, it's just affected me the same way it's affected. Sorry, it sounded like someone was like right by my front door. Um, but yeah, it's always affected me the same way it affected you guys. It's just one of those cases that just get to you. And then I really think about what really gets me is when I think about their last moments. That's what I think about because they had to have been so fucking scared. You know, they had to have been so fucking scared and just praying for help, crying. I mean, oh my God. I mean, this is just a fucked up case, man. Excuse my language. I know I'm not supposed to cuss on YouTube. I've been in trouble once for cussing, but I mean, this case is just fucked up. I mean, they didn't harm anyone, they didn't do shit. And they were murdered for no fucking reason at all. No fucking reason. It doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would you murder two little girls who never did anything to you? They had to have been so fucking scared. They knew Bridge Guy was following them. They didn't know what to do. And a lot of people say that too. Why didn't they call 911? Why just record them and stuff? I mean, you got to be in that situation to really understand. When you're in that situation, you're just freaking out. I mean, it's not like you're like, oh, 911. You're just hoping for the best. I mean, I think he pulled a gun on them when they weren't expecting. I think they were a little nervous about him. I think he might have said something to them at one point, before. That's why she recorded him and freaked him out a little bit, but not to the extreme. And she was recording him just to show family members or friends, like, yeah, this guy tried to holler at us, or this guy tried to pick us up, or this guy tried to say he was a cop or something. And then when they started walking back, that's when they started walking again. And that's when Abby says to Libby, is that creepy guy still following us? Libby responds by saying, mm-hmm. They get to the end of the trail. That's when Abby's mom heard on the audio where Libby says to Abby, this is where the trail ends. There's nowhere else to go. When they turn around, Briz guy pulls a gun on them. I'm not saying the girls were killed by a gun. I don't think they were killed by gunshots. I think they were killed either by strangulation or stabbed. Those are my two theories. I don't think they were gunshots. Apparently, Libby had more wounds on her. She had more injuries. Her shoe was missing. I don't think it was from her trying to run. I think that was from force or just tripping. I mean, I don't think they tried to run. And can't. I mean, little girls got on them. I mean, This fucking case, man. Guys, sorry guys, I'm way behind on the comments. It's very possible drug connection, coma crew involved. I never heard of that crew. Me personally, I don't think it was drugs. That's my opinion. I could be 100% wrong. But yeah, I don't think it was a drug connection issue. I think they were targeted for other reasons. Or I think Libby was targeted and Abby was with her. I don't think Bridge Guy even knew Abby was going to be there. I think the catfish is more, right, is what I'm more leaning to. And like I said, Tony Klein, as of right now, is my number one suspect. That's my personal suspect. You know, a lot of people are saying Keegan, a lot of people say Ron Logan, some people say Paul Eder, Daniel Nations. You know, there's so many people or people that we don't even know or heard of yet, some people say. But I mean, we just don't know. Me personally, I don't think it had nothing to do with the drug. But like I said, I could be 100% wrong. It could be very much that. I've been wrong so many times when it comes to this case. You know, it's one of those cases where it's like it's not. I don't want to say like a normal case, but cases similar to this one. This one is just odd. This one and Evansdale are identical. That's why a lot of people for the longest time thought it was the same killer. You know, Evansdale, they were seen on a security camera riding their bikes, and that was the last time they were ever seen alive. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, I don't understand how anyone can harm children. I just don't understand. Harm anyone, but I mean, harm children is just insane. I can't understand how the girls were not found till the 13th. I am trying to go to Delphi, Indiana in February around the 6 year anniversary mark. We tried to go this past February, but we just didn't have the funds to do so. But we are trying for next year when tax season comes around, at least by next March. And that's when I can at least go out there and see everything, the bridge and stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to walk the bridge, to be honest, because I am terrified of heights. And that bridge is old, easy to collapse and stuff, but I'm gonna try it. But I was wondering the same thing, you know, how did it take them so long to find them? But, you know, where the girls were found, I mean, it's kind of because they didn't think anything was wrong until around 7 p.m. They thought the girls were just wandering around the woods or, you know, they felt like they were safe. They didn't think, or might have just fell and got hurt or something. They didn't think anything was wrong until the sun went down. And that's when Libby's mom knew something was wrong because she said Libby is terrified of the dark. There's no way they're not okay. There's something terribly wrong. And that's when they started really panicking. They didn't think anything was wrong at first. They didn't think that the girls were kidnapped. They didn't think, which I don't understand because the police do that a lot. And that drives me insane. Anytime a kid goes missing or disappears or, you know, something similar to that, the cops automatically assume the kid ran away or they're just out exploring. They don't ever assume the worst when 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. It's the worst. And I don't get why they don't react that way. They always say, oh, well, maybe they ran away or maybe they're just out with friends. It's like, maybe my child was kidnapped and is in 2 other states right now because you're not responding the way you're supposed to fucking respond. You know, and they do that all the fucking time. I don't get it. Been a while, Badhabitsking Kingdom. Hello. Lady M, how you doing? I love True Crime Recap. Yeah, they're good, Lady M. Very good. I just disagree with him when he said that the bridge guy went back to the scene of the crime that night. I disagree with him. Lady M, shout out to Lady M. Thank you for coming on. What time is it where you guys are at? It is like 2 something in the morning where I'm at, so I can't imagine. Yeah, True Crime Recap is definitely, let me put that on there. So you guys can check it out. It's definitely a great YouTube channel. The guy and his wife do it, but when they did the Delphi case, don't get me wrong, he did an amazing job talking about it. It's just, I disagree with him when he said Bridge Guy went back to the scene of the crime that night. I disagree with that 100%. All right. Reno made that up. Which part did Greeno make up? Because I've heard he's made a lot of things up. So if there was something I said that Greeno said, I do apologize. In Delphi, sorry. Oh, you're in Delphi. Are you in Delphi, Sparks? You're in Delphi? Sparks, I hope you're still on here because you're in Delphi. Wow, I don't think I met anyone besides or communicated with anyone besides Kelsey German that actually lives or is in Delphi. I thought, wow, that's. Uh, thank you. I love my water bottle. I've watched a little bit of Sleuth Intuition. Yeah, he's actually pretty good. He's definitely a YouTuber that really wants a case solved. Um, but I watch his videos. He's good, you know. Lady M. I've been very well. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Lady M. That really means a lot. Been doing really well. Just trying to do videos, not just the Delphi, but we're doing TikTok comedy videos, vlogs, and so it's been a lot of fun. I've been on PTO the past few days, so just been relaxing, trying to catch up on my sleep. I actually have a sleeping disorder where I don't know what it is, but I snore extremely loud. I mean, extremely loud. If you guys haven't checked out a video I posted on YouTube about a year and a half ago, it's me snoring really loud. And also on my TikTok videos, it's me snoring really loud. And I mean really loud. And for some reason, all through the night, I'm up. Like, I'll wake up and I'll be sitting up. Like, I'll just be sitting up. And I suffer from severe nightmares. Like, I can't get rid of the nightmares. I talk to like not psychiatrists, but like therapists, and went to spa. I mean, like, just told them flat out, like, I can't get rid of the nightmares. And I'll have nightmares about like even scary movies, like Michael Myers. I'll have a nightmare about. Like, I have nightmares about everything. And it's Rick at Delphi. After Delphi, after dark. It's in Delphi. Never heard of that, but I'll check that out. Some girls took pictures. Cheryl and Cheyenne. Oh, yeah. Cheryl and Cheyenne. They were there. They were on the ones walking on the bridge. Nice to hear it. No, thanks for coming on, Lady M. It's been a while since I've seen your name on there. I really appreciate your support. You've been supporting Bad Habits. Been part of the Bad Habits family for a while, so thank you so much for being a queen on Bad Habits Kingdom, and so being part of the Bad Habits family. Sleep apnea. I've been told that. Because you can hear when in my videos that I made of me snoring. Well, I didn't make them. My queen did because she couldn't sleep. Like, I would sleep in the other room, and just because I snore so loud, she'll come in and record me because it's so loud, and you can hear me stop breathing. But the nightmares and me sitting up, I don't know what that is. Because, like, and it happens every night, multiple times. Like, she's actually came into the room or living room and actually pushed me down to get me just to lay down. Because I'll literally just be, like, sitting up straight. Like, I'll go to bed laying down, wake up an hour later, and I'll just be sitting up. And the nightmares just come constantly. I don't know why. I don't know why I get so many nightmares. And that's been going on for a long time, though. So it's not like I'm crying about it. Guys who got me into DJ Dave, I personally have no problems with him. Aspiring you on the East Coast. King Klein has never crossed the bridge in his life. Guys, I'm going to hit the donation alarm again for Dave because that $3 donation Dave did means a lot to us. I'm going to hit the donation alarm. donations mean a lot to me, Dave, and for all those who ever donated to the channel, it truly means a lot to us. It really does, especially to me. I truly love you guys for your support. All right, guys, it is getting late. It is almost 3 a.m. where I'm at, so I can't even imagine where you guys are at. So I am going to be ending it. Teresa, don't worry about that, hon. I totally get it. Totally get it, son. So don't feel bad about it. I am going to be ending the video, guys. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your theories and opinions about this case. I will get back on tomorrow night, a lot earlier, probably about 9 p.m., maybe 10 p.m. Pacific time. So I do want to apologize about how late it was getting on. But honestly, I really appreciate you guys coming on the show tonight. Honestly, I wasn't expecting anyone. I was expecting maybe one or two people, and we had a lot of viewers come on tonight. So thank you so much for supporting Bad Habits family, Bad Habits Kingdom. You kings and queens out there, thank you for being part of the Bad Habits family. And some of you have been supporters of Bad Habits family for a long time. So thank you so much for your support. And that is going to be it for tonight, kings and queens. I'm going to play the intro of the video one more time, and then we'll play the outro. All right, you guys have a good night. Stay safe. Dave, thank you so much for your donation. You guys have a great one.